Snohomish County Search and Rescue volunteers risked everything to save a 13-year-old boy from plunging over Wallace Falls.
We were out, it was a Saturday, and all of us and several other people were out on an all-day rope rescue training. And we had finished, we're coming back into town, and so our pagers went off. We turned around, went right back out the same road that we had come in on. And the call was for a young man who was stranded on the far side, the difficult to get to side of Wallace Falls.
William was upstream of the falls with some of his siblings playing in the stream. He lost his footing, got washed downstream, and slowly it got more and more violent until he was just above the falls. It was probably a miracle that he was able to grab on to the rock he ultimately was rescued from.
The waterfall that he took a ride on was about 20 feet. And then just because of the way the river was playing that day, it pushed him to the far side of the river, and if he was on the near side, it wouldn't have been the same conversation.
And so we divided up into two teams essentially, and put folks on either side. The helicopter was flying with the on-duty crew and was able to insert those folks. So those were the people that we had on the ground. Folks that Josh and I were over on one side of the river. Matt had the larger team on the trail side of the river, and then the helicopter folks were in as well.
The rock had been washed out, and our subject was stuck back in sort of a cave-like feature, which made him difficult to get to because there was only a few feet between the top of that cave and the water line. He was just above a 285-foot fall.
So we had made sure that there was some rope gear going to either side of the river. The first problem is to get across the river for the team that Josh and I were on. The normal crossing point, the water was way too high to go over that. It was just above the upper falls, the next falls upstream, and so we ended up having to find a place that we could cross fairly safely and get our team wet, but safely over to the other side, and then work our way down to where the helicopter crew had already inserted. Josh went down as the attendant and was able to get down and first see where the young man was, but not be able to get to him, and then we ended up having to go with our second of 5 options to go and use the ladder that you've seen on the video where Josh could then get across to where he was at.
So when I got down to the water level, I initially couldn't see where the young man was. He was, like Matt said, he was kind of in a cave, so I couldn't see him from the river line where I was at. And then once I got over to a spot where I could see him, there was a big space, about 5-6 feet of water between the two ledges that we were on. And so that was when we had Matt's team lower the ladder across, because we couldn't do anything else from there. So
since there's only 3 of us here, it's not really representative of the larger group. There were 50 or 60 or 80, something like that. Many people that are not shown here, so it feels a little bit weird being kind of separated out from the rest of that team. It just seems like we were out doing the job that we trained for, and it happened to come out very well, which is good.